Hi, everyone, and welcome. Today is March 15th, 2020, right? We're right in the middle of some amazing, wonky, crazy stuff that's going on right now in the world. So today I wanted to kind of just do a free call here to give you some expanding, some clearing, some healing. Really just let's do some receiving and some acknowledging so we can really release any upset or heaviness in our bodies. Like no matter where we are really functioning right now in this world, really our goal here is to get you into some space and some ease, because even if you aren't really worried about maybe contracting the virus, or there's just so much fear and panic right now, right? There's energy on contracting the virus, there's energy on going bankrupt. I mean, I can't believe how much, I understand that a 3-week world shutdown kind of does put us all in an interesting space, doesn't it? And it's one of those things that I can confidently say that none of us have ever experienced in this lifetime. And so there's so much interesting projections and expectations going on right now. And I just really kind of wanted to offer us all kind of a space to untangle from some of this craziness, really get into our bodies, into our beings, really just allow us to solidify that peace and ease that we would like to kind of jump into and stay into, so we don't have to get tangled in all of the projection and expectation that's going on right now. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to dive in and really get into allowance of what's going on right now, because either way, no matter how we feel about it or what points of views we have about what's going on right now, the reality is we are in a position where we're kind of all in like a forced shutdown, right? And no matter what we fear or what we don't want to happen, the reality is things are happening and we don't really have any control over it. And one of the things that I've learned in all of these years of doing this work is the only thing that you can control is where your body, where your being is at the time. And so today I just want to invite us all into being that space of peace and ease. So let's go ahead and get started here today. So first off, let's go ahead and do some expanding. So when we expand, we want to get into our being, right? And our being is not within our body. Our body is within our being. So we're going to go ahead and expand. So let's go ahead and make ourselves as big as the state that we're in. And go all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. And let's go ahead and make ourselves as big as the country that you're in, all the way out and all the way down and all the way up. Nice deep breath, and as big as the planet that we're all on, becoming one with everyone and everything. Isn't it so crazy how, a majority of us I know here on the call are all from the US, except one we do have a Canada, but how crazy it is that this is going on like within the whole world, and how connected that really truly makes us to everyone, right? And I think that is really, for me, that's probably the most, I'm going to say, wondrous part of this whole experience that we're having is we're not just having this experience in America. We're not just having this experience in Italy. We're not just having this experience in Denmark. It's like it's throughout the whole world. And I know that for me, I feel like when I get into that space of the planet that we're on, right, and I become one with everyone and everything, I am perceiving everything that everyone is experiencing right now. And I know there is a lot of uncertainty here. And I feel like as a whole and as a conscious being, if enough of us really truly got together, right, and we got into this whole space of the world like we are right now, and we just really held that resonance frequency of peace and ease, and let people all over the world, no matter where you're at, right? Know that, like, if enough of us believe that peace and ease is possible for each and every one of us, enough of us hold the space of peace and ease within our own being, where we become that invitation for those around us to be that peace and ease as well. And even if that means, you know, I'm connected to people all the way over in Italy or Denmark or wherever, and I'm holding that space and I'm saying, you know what, I'm with you. And I'm not going to buy into the projection of overwhelm, you know, hold that space of peace and ease. So each and every one of us has that choice, because if we've learned anything, it's that we're very super powerful creators, right? And instead of inviting everyone to the storm that this world is experiencing, we invite everyone into our peace. Let's just really breathe that in, and let's go ahead and go out as big as the universe and the multiverse, multiple universes. Let's times that by million, times that by million, times that by million, times that by million, all the way out to the space of who each and every one of us be as the infinite beings that we be. And as we expand, we just really bring that sense of peace and ease with us, understanding that we don't have to buy into any of this energetic overwhelm that's going on. We really, truly can choose the peace and ease of our beings, because at the core of who each one of us is peaceful, is easy, because we do know, our infinite beings do understand that we don't operate in lack. We don't operate in energetic overwhelm. We truly can choose the space that's available for each and every one of us right now. Let's just breathe that in for a moment. As we kind of continue to weave that piece throughout, I wanted to do a little bit of clearing here. If anybody has an additional idea, I definitely will add it. The first thing I really wanted to clear was fear. Because even if you're not buying into the fear or the projection of it, right, your body may actually be tangled in it because it's just so loud right now, you guys. And it's coming from so many different directions, and it has so many viewpoints on it, right? So even if we aren't necessarily feeling fearful ourselves, I feel like, I know the last few days, like, my body's been trying to speed up. Now, for me, I like to stay in this energy of peace and ease, right? And in this energy of peace and ease, it has just like a slow and a low kind of rocking kind of, it always reminds me of like a figure eight. It's like my body's kind of always in this like figure eight state of being. Now, I can perceive when I'm not in my being, because it starts to feel like fast. It starts to feel like super wavy. It almost starts to have like a quickness with it. Right now, I understand as an energetic being that quickness is a frequency. And although I might not necessarily buy that as real and true, my body sometimes will get caught in that.
Yeah.
Because it's like my body can't decipher the difference between me and that. It just goes with whatever the resonance frequency is louder up, right? And right now, that's pretty loud. There's a lot of that loud quickness. And so I just kind of want to give us some space to be able to kind of untangle that. And I can identify that as fear and manipulation. Those are the two loudest frequencies that I can identify. Is there somebody else that has another frequency that they're aware of, that they're perceiving besides frequency, fear and manipulation? I'm going to write it down if anybody has anything. Okay, so we'll clear that. And if you hear anything or anything else comes up while we're clearing, just please feel free to let me know. So let's go ahead and look at, where is everywhere that fear is existing in and around your universe. Yes, everything, all of that is. And all of that, anywhere that you may have aligned and agreed with fear. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Resisted and reacted to fear. Defended for fear. Defended against fear. Righteous for fear. Righteous against fear. everything, all of that is, and all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of the universes? And can we just choose that now?
Yes, I choose that now.
Choose that
Thank
now.
you. Vaporize, 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 vaporize. Let's just pull that all the way out and all the way through. And let's just look at any of the form and structure that we may have in and around fear. Just keep going, 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 keep going. And someone wrote in the chat, fear of dying. So that kind of goes in the same form and structure there. So we'll make sure that the fear of dying within that form and structure, everything, all of that is, everything, all of that is. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of our universes? And can we just choose that now?
Choose that now.
Yes, thank you. Vaporize, 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 right? Because we know that if we're in resistance of anything, and what is fear is? Fear is like a resistance, right? It's like a resistant emotion, and it starts sending out that resistance. It's like we hold space for that. Even though we don't want to be in fear, right? If we know that even like fear is uncomfortable. I know it's uncomfortable for my body. On Sunday, my body was feeling so uncomfortable. It was just like bombarded with all of these frequencies, and I just really had to like disconnect. I had to do a lot of clearing, and I had to just really actively choose, which is what we're going to do today, to really not be in that space. So let's just keep kind of pulling that all the way through, 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 all the way through. Let's go ahead and look at manipulation. There's a lot of manipulation going on right now, right? Maybe to pull you into feeling a certain way. I even just feel like most of the manipulation that's going on right now is just like a heavy bombarding energy of information. Because one of the things that I understand that the system knows is if they overload our system with information, right? What happens to most of us as energetically sensitive and empaths, and when we're these receiving organs, right? They understand that if they overload our system with information, it makes most of us useless. And not like we're just useless, but like it energetically overwhelms us to the point where we can't do anything but rest and nap and just be, because it's too hard to move forward, right? So for me, it's really important to look at the form and structure on manipulation so we can make sure that, there we go, it's already lightning. So everywhere that we've aligned and agreed with manipulation, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, resisted and reacted to manipulation, all the way out, all the way out, all the way out, all the way out, all the way out. Defended for manipulation, defended against, righteous for, righteous against. Everything, all of that is, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of our universes? And can we just choose that now?
Yes, I choose that now.
Choose that now.
Vaporize, 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 vaporize. It's that emotional reaction, right? All the form, structure, significance, in and around all of that. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Everything, all of that is, can we just choose to remove all of that from all of our universes? And can we just choose that now?
Yes, I choose that now.
Thank
Choose
you.
that now.
And let's just go to, does anybody have another one that they feel like needs to be cleared right now? Okay, I'm just going to kind of keep vortexing that through. So what I want to do, and what I was looking at was, as we shift and change, if we have any space left of maybe a place where we were fearful of something and it did come true, or we were overwhelmed with something and something bad happened. So what I wanted to do is I was really looking at, let's take anywhere where you have experienced a trauma and you felt like it had something to do with fear or manipulation and you weren't able to get beyond it. Let's just go ahead and put that reflection of you out. So just go ahead and put that reflection of you forward, of any place where maybe you felt like you were manipulated or you were in fear and you didn't have a choice. We want to really clear that energy. We want to understand that we totally have a complete and total choice on what's going on right now. Even though it doesn't feel like we have a lot of choice, we do have choices available to us, and the number one choice is to heal and to stay space and to continue to reflect this peace and ease. So I want to take any of those reflections that are counterproductive, that you're still holding on to, that are you're still having maybe flashback memories of fear or manipulation. Go ahead and put those out in front of you, and let's go ahead and pull that pure positive life force energy from behind that image of you, through that image of you, through the space in between. Go ahead and receive that into your body and being. Pulling and receiving, pulling and receiving, pulling and receiving, pulling and receiving, pulling and receiving. Just really allowing yourself to receive from that space of you that was painful, that was scary, that you felt manipulated or out of control with. Pulling and receiving, pulling and receiving, pulling and receiving. And let's go ahead and send back that energy of gratitude from both sides of you, sending that gratitude back and through and then back to you. So making that gratitude circle, pulling and receiving back that gratitude, sending back gratitude for you. Thank you so much for the experience that you went through, because it more than likely has shaped you to where you're at right now. And although it was very painful and potentially probably more than likely very life-changing, you made it and you're here now. And we're thankful for you. We're thankful for the space. We're just going to pull and receive and pull and receive. Pulling and receiving and pulling and receiving. Someone just typed in Chicken Little, the sky is falling. If I ignore it, it will all go away. I know that this will all pass, so it's all mixed up. Yeah, there's a lot of that in, so when I look at that, it's like, it's a lot of that, like, to me that looks a lot like manipulation, right? Like you have to put your energy on the chaos or you're going to get caught up in the chaos. And that's just kind of everything all of that is. And all of that, 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 all of that. Can we just choose to remove all of that from all of our universes? And can we just choose that now?
Yes, I choose that now.
Thank you. Vaporize, 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 vaporize. And for me, I don't feel like I'm necessarily ignoring any of it. I feel like I'm very aware that those frequencies are existing, and I'm very aware that there is a lot of things that are going on in this world right now. And I am not necessarily ignoring them. I am just choosing to maintain a frequency of peace and ease for myself and for my body and for my life. Knowing that no matter what happens, I will move forward and I will move on. Let's just really kind of embrace that for a moment here. Let's just do some receivings for a second here. So what can we each receive to add the best possible outcome energy to each and every one of us with these? Let's just receive that for a second. Like, what is the best possible outcome? I feel like the best possible outcome right this moment, if we hold space, if each and every one of us starts asking like, hey, what can I receive to have the best possible outcome here with ease? And we receive that, like, in my personal universe, it feels like this whole thing could turn out to be way better than we ever imagined possible. Now, are there people that are sick and dying? Absolutely there is. And not to make light of that in any way, shape, or form, but at the same time understanding that for me, I know that as an awakening facilitator, I understand that this earth, this world is moving into a new direction and we are waking up. And this right here, this shutdown that we are experiencing is almost necessary to kind of dissipate and kind of crumble these forms and structures that don't really work in this reality, so we can come out of this on the other side and rebuild something that does work for civilization, something that does work for each and every one of us. And for me, again, I go back to that space where, you know, we're in the whole, taking up the whole universe, right? I understand that if I hold space, that this is going to be better and easier than we ever imagined possible. And at the end of this, we're going to come out where we do have the change that we require. And I am 100% in the energy of projection. I don't want to say projection and expectation of that, but I'm receiving that to become the reality that we move into. So let's just do another receiving here. What can I receive to maintain the space of ease for all eternity? And just receive that for a moment. Receive, 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 receive. This energy is always available for us to choose. And you know, here in America, we're just kind of right on the very beginning of a lot of things shifting and changing, right? We may really be in a place where we are kind of in a shutdown mode for the next 3, maybe even 4 weeks, maybe even longer. I don't know that anybody really knows exactly how long we're going to be kind of in this quarantine mode. And so, if any of that old energy starts creeping back in and it's saying, you know, believe in this and panic about this, understanding that we do have choice, right? We do have choice. And as I kind of said at the beginning of this, you know, one of the two major things I'm aware of right now is people are worried about not being healthy and losing their wealth, right? So I thought, you know, today, let's just make some conscious choices here. Let's choose to be healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. That felt really expansive to me, making that conscious choice. So just kind of do that with me today. So we're just going to run through the choosing process here. So we're going to say, I am choosing to be healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. Universe, bring me being healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. And just receive that for a moment into your body. Do you feel the frequency of that? Do you feel how it's like, like my body wants to be healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. And, you know, the thing is there's enough of all of that for all of us to have. There's enough, there's no shortage in this world. And I think if anything, this is teaching us anything right now, there is an abundance of wealth for each and every one of us. There's an abundance of peace for each and every one of us. And there's an abundance of choosing that healthy energy for each and every one of us. So let's go to, I have chosen to be healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. Universe, bring me being healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. Nice deep breath and just receive that into your body. Really allow that energy to come in and just really shift any of those molecules that are against that. No resistance. And I have chose to be healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. Universe, bring me being healthy, wealthy, and peaceful. And just receive that into your body, receive that into your being. It's really receiving that truth, because each and every one of us, that's our divine birthright. We truly can choose to have anything we desire. So just think about that for a second. I feel like if every single one of us understood the true power that we had within our universe, if every single one of us really claimed and owned that, hey, you know what, this is my universe and I get to decide. And I can choose to be healthy. I can choose to be wealthy. I can choose to radiate an energy of peace. Wouldn't that be just like such an amazing place to exist if every single one of us really truly knew and claimed and owned that reality for ourselves? I know that it can be really easy to get caught up in the other energies, and really truly reminding ourselves that we do have a choice. We truly do have a choice. And what other people choose really isn't our business. And I know that that's like that's a interesting thing to really learn. But you know, I know that for me, when the more and more I embrace that idea, the more and more I allowed everyone else to have their own reality, the more and more stronger and the more capable I've seen others become. Because when we really see how helping others who aren't really truly ready for help creates a resistance, when we understand that when we just put our barriers down and we hold the space ourselves, we're actually the projection that's available for others to choose. And that's what I'm choosing right now. I'm choosing to be the reflection of stability, of ease, and of peace. Understanding that I get to choose what goes on in my universe, choosing to be healthy, wealthy, peaceful, and ease. Awesome. That it feels so good to be kind of marinating in that frequencies. Does anybody have anything that they would like to say, ask, add? Everyone's so quiet today. I am really grateful that you guys joined me, each and every one of you. Each one of those steps is just a step-by-step of my new program, the Energetic Receive Method. And I hope that by sharing that with you today, it really just invited your body into being that space as well. So thank you for joining me, for coming on live, and does anybody have anything they would like to say before we end for today? Are you guys feeling the energy of peace and ease flowing through your body right now?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
It feels
Yay!
so awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So let's hold that space, you guys. Let's project that out, and let's be that space for others to be able to choose. So thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I appreciate every one of you, and I hope that you have an amazing day. And you know what? I feel like through this time, I'm probably going to be popping on and doing some more free ones, because I get it. So thank you, guys. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Jamie. Thank you. Bye. Bye.